intellectual one called special education. Now, just before I introduce you the topic, just let me know how can we as a teacher suppose enhance or overlap with learning or try to create something more holistic. Any guesses? How can we? We do many things in day-to-day life. We use a lot of activities in our classrooms, right from we use maxims of teaching, we use a different, you can say, strategies, we use devices of teaching learning process, we use a lot of resource material to develop the lesson. But what more? Okay. You may be having many answers coming to your mind. Okay, and very close, maybe something what I am guessing, and maybe what you are thinking is same, or what you are thinking and I want to say is same. Are we making connections, or are these making connections in classroom important during our teaching? Yes, you're absolutely, I think so. Maybe on, if you are thinking on the same, what I wanted to actually introduce you to is yes, making connections are very, very important. You can say in the classroom, you have to make connections. One content when you are teaching to a child, to make that connections of one subject with the other. Same content you can connect it with two different subjects. Okay, it like you're building a bridge, I can say, where both the subjects are there. Now the subjects can be same family subjects, or that can be different subjects. It can be either algebra, geometry, or you can say arithmetic of mathematics, or it can be mathematics with science. So what I'm talking about, or what I'm going to introduce you, or you maybe I'm going to make you revisit it and you are aware of it, is correlation, also called as the sum. It's very well said by Raymond that no subject is ever well understood and no art is intelligently, you can say, practiced if the light which the other studies are able to throw upon it is deliberately shut out. You have to connect one subject with the other, you have to correlate, and then the learning will be much effective and much, you can say, in a better manner. Now we will learn more about what is correlation in this slide. In the next forthcoming slide about why and how and who and how it can be brought into day-to-day life. Some examples. Now, what is correlation? Correlation is basically nothing but relationship between different subjects. It is nothing but consciously we are showing some similarities and dependencies between subjects. It is correlation is just making subject matter more interesting by showing correlations. It is nothing but reciprocal relationship between different various subjects of curriculum. Correlation is nothing but making one subject correlate with the other. And no subject can be taught in isolation. We want everything to be connected, interdependent, and connected with each other. Nothing in isolation. To know more about why correlation is important, these are some of the things why correlation is important. You can see whole of the locus is a set of points. We say for circles, same way here there are a lot of points given for you. If you do correlation, or if you bring correlation to practice, it will improve the retention power of the learners. It will make the knowledge more concrete. The child will learn more, understand in a much better manner. It will perceive learning. They will perceive that whatever content has been taught as a whole. It will make their learning more practical. It will develop in them a lot of life skills like critical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, reasoning. It will enhance their motivation. It will lead it to a more meaningful grasping of the content. It will have long-lasting understanding. They will start integrating the knowledge. It will be helpful and relevant to the real-world situations. It will foster in them the interdisciplinary approach to education. Now, something more about correlation. How correlation is categorized. People or educationalists, or you say we all, can categorize this correlation into three types. One is horizontal correlation, external correlation, extrinsic correlation or intercorrelation. It is nothing but correlation between different big subjects. English or languages with science, science with mathematics, social studies with science, mathematics with social studies, and so on. Other is internal, intrinsic, intra-correlation, vertical correlation. That is within the subjects itself when the correlation happens. Suppose I am talking about social studies, so the subjects within social studies or social sciences, internally they will correlate. Or say it is mathematics, then algebra with geometry, algebra with arithmetic in this manner. Or if it is science, astronomy with physics, or physics with chemistry, chemistry with biology, biology with zoology with botany, and so on. And third is correlation with practical life, environment, with day-to-day life. That correlation is equally important. Now, horizontal correlation also, if you see, or I can say general correlations, can be again how the correlations come up or can be developed in the classroom. Some comes up naturally, also called as incidental correlation, natural correlation, very casual correlations. Okay, where teachers have wide knowledge, versatility, and those teachers bring up this correlation very naturally. It comes automatically with the free flow, the way they develop their lessons. But other type of correlation where the teacher plans and that I'm going to correlate it in this manner here. With this example I give, I'm going to correlate here. That is called conscious correlation, systematic correlation, and planned correlation. Whereas some type of correlations are in concentric manner, which are given to the learners or passed on to the learners, and they are called as concentric correlation. Now, a few examples of correlation we'll see before, after this. That is, before we go ahead, I just want to know that just think about all the different subjects and how they are connected. They are all connected. All subjects are nothing but connected with each other. And teachers should try to see that connectedness, the connection has to be brought. Suppose, for example, while teaching chemistry, teacher is talking about oxygen. The teacher can talk about connected with the hemoglobin or carrier of oxygen, or which is there in biology, or he can connect with the mountaineers concept, or carrying oxygen carriers in day-to-day life, or any chapter on mountaineer, which they must have learned in any language. Okay, teacher of geography can very well, when teaching about solar system and talking about atoms. Okay, very well while teaching about solar system, while teaching about the, you can say, solar system and talking about different planets revolving around sun, can connect it with physics or can connect it with chemistry about how there is a nucleus and how in that atomic structure the nucleus and how the electrons are revolving, same like planets. The child will connect it very, very well, and he will not feel geography and physics or geography and science are different subjects. Biology, if a teacher, for example, when teacher is teaching about eye and talking about different parts, and their teachers talk about the lens and all, teacher can connect it with physics subjects where camera, formation of image, and again lens are there. Teacher is talking, say English teacher is talking about English poem, teacher is teaching and talk about rhyming scheme, about rhyming words, and there are rhyming schemes. Teacher can very well correlate it with mathematics. In mathematics, there are patterns. Like suppose this pattern is there, then the next pattern will come. Even is there, then odd will come. Same way in rhyming scheme we are taught. Right? English poem, suppose a teacher is talking about I had a little pony, where the teacher is talking about little pony, how he was handled or how he was, not very well taken care of. And actually how the care of what has been taken, which the child has learned in the concept of animal husbandry or livestock farming, like chapters, care of animals, or even geography, where suppose they must have learned about these things. Teacher can very well connect this little pony story in the poem, where the care was not taken, with this animal husbandry, proper caretaking, and connected well language with, you can say, science, or language with geography like subjects. More examples to give. These were some external correlation examples, but where internal correlations, if you want to, I just give examples here. Where suppose teacher is talking about idioms in grammar, say language subject, teacher can connect with other languages as well, with idioms, with phrases, or teacher is, so it again depends, because idioms and grammar or some phrases are used different languages. Teacher can very well correlate one language and other idioms or other subjects where these idioms are used or phrases are used. So if the child will feel more connected if local examples are given and connected with English. Okay, by local languages, how these idioms are used, and English, how what idioms are and how they are more connected. While teaching, or how the examples are connected. While teaching more specific topic on any subject, teacher may correlate with day-to-day life situations. While teaching geography concepts connecting with mathematics. Suppose teacher wants to teach concepts of rotation, latitude, longitude, day, night, tides, very well connect with day to day. How the tides are there, how why the water, why floods happen, or why waterlogging happens. It can child will feel more connected. Okay, while teaching about many laws of science, teachers can connect it very well with mathematics. Suppose teachers teaching law of octaves in science, it can very well be connected with music, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So this is what how correlation can be very well brought into use. So let's revise. In the small capsule, I've thought just introduced you, I can say, or maybe you are already aware of. I've just revisited you to what is correlation, what is the importance of correlation, what are the types of correlation, and few examples I cited of correlation, be it internal or be it external correlation, or external and internal correlation, or correlation with day-to-day life. Now let me check how much have you recollected what I have tried to cover in this small capsule. If planned correlation we say is nothing but conscious correlation, then what is unplanned correlation? If within different branches of subject we call it as vertical correlation, then if it, the correlation between different subjects, what is the name for it? If example for correlation between math and science is distance between sun and moon using scientific notation, then for balancing equations, if this is an example, then what type of correlation it is? Now, the examples, the what questions I asked, you just check whether you have understood. Here is it for you. The ready-made answer solution, just to see whether you are on a track. Planned call is nothing but conscious correlation, then if it is unplanned, then it is incidental correlation. If vertical correlation means correlation between different branches of subject, and horizontal correlation between different subjects. And if correlation in math and science is nothing, the example is science and moon, if you're checking the distance, then when you are correlating science and maths and chemistry and maths, balancing equation can be there. So that's what